What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Pick Six Podcast, CBS Sports Daily NFL Podcast. I'm Will Brinson. I'm your host, breaking down Wild Card Weekend playoff lines. The early odds have been set, joined by Ryan Wilson, Sean Wagner-McGough, and John Breech, who sits below me because that's our hierarchy. Anyway, kidding. Look, week 17 is just about in the books. We're recording this in the middle of the Seahawks 49ers game, so we don't know who those matchups are going to be. The NFL actually declined to release its schedule. It normally does that during halftime of the Sunday Night Football game for next weekend, waiting instead to see how this game plays out. So we're just going to look at the AFC side of things. Guys, let's start with the Titans at the Patriots and Ryan Wilson. I got to tell you, I didn't believe this line was real. I saw it. I couldn't believe my eyes. I swear, it's a Swanee as soon as I stand here. The Patriots are 4.5-point favorites over the Tennessee Titans at home in the Wild Card weekend. Life comes at you fast, doesn't it, Bill Belichick?
Yeah, it sure does. And I not only have the Titans covering the spread, I have the Titans winning this game in New England Gillette Stadium. This ain't Jeff Fisher's Titans. This ain't Kerry Collins' Titans. This is Daniel Jones and Eli Manning playing Flip Cup on a Saturday night in Hoboken, New Jersey, and they're doing it for Bill Belichick, and they're doing it for, oh my God, I'm so excited I lost my train of thought. But listen, Ryan Tannehill's a better quarterback than Tom Brady. I think we can all agree on that. It sounds insane, but it's absolutely true. Derrick Henry's the best running back on the field over Sony Michel. I don't even think it's close. Derrick Henry ended up leading the league in rushing after surpassing Nick Chubb in Week 17. The offense is better for the Titans than the Patriots. A.J. Brown is the better receiver than any receiver that the Patriots have, including Julian Edelman, who's going to get double teamed the entire time. And listen, the last time the Patriots played in a wild card game was 2010, and they hosted the Ravens, and the Ravens absolutely blew their doors off 33-14 with Joe Flacco and Ray Rice. We're going to see a repeat of that, I feel like. I feel like the Titans are going to run the ball, going to utilize A.J. Brown and Jonnu Smith, and we're going to see what Tom Brady has. His elbow apparently seems to hurt. They could have used the extra week off, and if you can't beat the Dolphins, how are you going to beat the Titans on a short week with an injured quarterback who's 42 years old?
Yeah, Ryan, you just made like 12 good points there. And let me just say that normally I would never, ever, 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 ever pick against the Patriots in a home playoff game. But then I saw them play on Sunday against the Dolphins. Their offense looked horrible. Their defense got diced up for 320 yards by Ryan Fitzpatrick, who not even the best Ryan in the NFL, because as Ryan just said, that's Ryan Tannehill. A lot of Ryans. And the one thing here, if there is a concern with Bill Belichick, who is someone you are not usually concerned with in the playoffs or really ever, it is that he struggles when he has to go up against former assistants from New England. You look at two of the Patriots' 4 losses this year. One of them came against Bill O'Brien and the Texans. The other one on Sunday against Brian Flores and the Dolphins. Now he has to face Mike Vrabel and the Titans. These are people who are familiar with Belichick, familiar with how he puts together a game plan, and they can stay one step ahead of them. We saw the Titans beat the Patriots 34-12 last year in Nashville, and that was when the Patriots were actually good. That was the Super Bowl winning team for the Patriots. So Ryan hit the nail on the head with the Titans have the better offense, the better quarterback, the better receiver, the better running back, a slightly worse defense, but I don't think that's going to matter. I think the Titans are going to cover and roll to a win.
So now I'm terrified because I'm taking the Titans as well to not just cover, but also win this game. And if all three of us are taking the Titans to go into Foxborough, beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, that probably means it's not going to happen. And this is probably the first time in a long time the Patriots can actually use no one believed in us. And it's actually kind of true because the three of us here are taking the Titans to win. They tried to do this last year and everyone was like, what are you talking about? You're the Patriots. No one's picking against you. Well, we're all doing it this year. We've learned nothing. This is the only thing I would add. Ryan and Breech already covered everything about Tannehill being better than Brady right now. You look at what the Dolphins were able to do against this Patriots defense. Stephon Gilmore was the presumed defensive player of the year. He got attacked by Devontae Parker, Will Brinson's favorite player. 7 of his 9 targets in coverage against Devontae Parker gave up 119 yards. That's the most receptions and the most yards he's allowed since joining the Patriots. That's according to Next Gen Stats. I think A.J. Brown can do the exact same thing. I think Ryan Tannehill can do the exact same thing. I love the Titans in this game. I can't believe I'm doing it. It's probably going to backfire, but you have to take them, I think.
You guys are all morons. You're absolute, utter morons. You're going to take the Patriots. You're going to take the Titans as a short road dog going into New England. Mike Vrabel against Bill Belichick. And by the way, Vrabel, he said after the game, he's like, I haven't had a Patriots logo on my paycheck since 2008. So he's not getting all sentimental about it. I do think it's the problem, the matchup here for New England is that the way to beat the Patriots is to be able to run on them. And Tennessee can really run. Derrick Henry led the league in rushing. He ripped off a 53-yard touchdown run to steal the rushing title and to basically lock the Titans into the playoffs against Houston on Sunday. Houston, though, was resting everybody. They were still kind of in that game. Tennessee's defense is not very good. And Ryan Tannehill, while he's playing awesome, but Tennessee's defense is good? Get out of here. Tennessee's defense isn't good. Ryan Tannehill playing awesome is, again, going into Belichick's house. If you were going to give me the Patriots as a 4.5-point short home favorite in a wild card game with everybody picking the Titans because the dynasty is dead, hell yeah, lock it in. I will take the Patriots here. I think you're insane to look anywhere else. I might look at the over here as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some points. We don't know exactly what it is. I would guess somewhere in the mid to low 40s. Like I would think 45 is the high end there, maybe 46. I would think the over has a good chance of hitting here. We saw that the Dolphins could move the ball, and certainly I think the Patriots should be able to score against the Titans. The other wild card game, Bills at Texans, as predicted on this podcast. Texans -3. John, I think you know where I'm going, so I'm going to ask you, where are you going with the Houston Texans -3 against the Bills? We'll guess and say the over-under would be 44.5.
Well, over-under 44.5 is going to be how many folding tables Bills fans slam their friends through if the Bills win this game, because it would be their first playoff win since 1995. That is a long time. You look at the Bills, if there is one team in the AFC that has a roster that is literally designed to stop what the Texans do, it is Buffalo. Houston needs big plays in the passing game to stay competitive, to score points, to win. Buffalo does a great job of stopping the pass. They gave up the third fewest passing yards in the NFL this year, second fewest touchdown passes, and they were one of only 3 teams that held their opponent's quarterbacks to under an 80 QB rating. So they just did a great job of shutting down the pass all around. I think they can do that to Deshaun Watson. I think they can slow down DeAndre Hopkins. So the only question here is, what is going to happen with Josh Allen? The last time we saw him in a playoff, or the last time we saw the Bills in a playoff, wasn't Josh Allen. A couple years ago, they only scored 3 points. They're going to need to score more than 3 points to win this game. So as long as Josh Allen doesn't go out there and throw 5 interceptions, I think Buffalo's going to win this game. So cover the 3, pull the upset, get out the foldable tables in Buffalo and start slamming your friends through them.
I will halfway agree with Breech. I'd rather have the Bills and the points. I'm not that confident in either team. On one hand, you have Bill O'Brien, a coach I don't think any of us trust. On the other hand, Breech hit the nail on the head. You have Josh Allen. The one thing I'll say about Josh Allen, look, I've been a detractor of his ever since he came into the NFL. Even when he hasn't been playing well lately, since that Week 4 game against the Patriots, he's not really turning the ball over. So that's at least not a big concern for me. Normally, I would really like the Texans in this game if Deshaun Watson and that offense were playing up to their potential. But if you actually look back at the past 3 games, Deshaun Watson has not been playing well. So that dates back after they dismantled the Patriots. 60.6% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, right around 6 yards per attempt, passer rating around 70. Those aren't good numbers. I mean, those are bad Josh Allen numbers. So I'm a little bit concerned with the Bills' defense. They're really good against the pass by DVOA. I think they can get after Deshaun Watson. We all know that offensive line in Houston is still suspect, even though they improved this year. So I'd rather have the points. I think I like the under as well. I think the Bills will run the ball. I don't know if the Bills are going to be able to score that many points, but I would rather have the Bills. I'm not confident in either team, and I can't believe I'm not taking the Texans after I spent the last 2 years bashing Sean McDermott and Josh Allen, but I do not like Bill O'Brien, and I do not like Bill O'Brien more than I do not like Sean McDermott.
And you've also learned that Sean McDermott is a great coach. You got dunked on by Sean McDermott, who once was a ginger, now he's bald. All hail bald people. And you're about to get dunked on by Josh Allen this weekend when he comes out, and not only helps the Bills cover, they're going to win that game too. Titans are going to win. The Bills are going to win. It's going to be mayhem. So listen, Josh Allen doesn't turn the ball over a lot, but Sean is sort of right. Josh Allen ain't exactly setting the world on fire. He's a rich man's Mitch Trubisky. If you feel like you can take that and a pretty good defense and go to Houston and sort of match wits with Bill O'Brien, I think you have a good chance to win. And we talk about this every week on this show. When it comes down to if you're not certain about which team to pick, who has the better coaching staff, and it's clearly the Bills. Bill O'Brien does something every week, 2 or 3 times sometimes in a week, to make you wonder what he's thinking. Sean McDermott rarely does that after he got rid of Nathan Peterman. That's an important caveat. But Peterman's gone. Josh Allen's there. They have Devin Singletary. He'll be healthy, and the defense will play at a high level. And look, if Deshaun Watson turns the ball over early and they get after him, and that's been a big issue for Deshaun Watson, the offensive line in Houston, the Bills not only have a great chance to cover, I think they're going to win the game.
Yeah, I like the Bills to go into Houston and win outright. I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks that this is the matchup and this is the point spread. The Bills are a great value. Houston doesn't do what you need to do to attack the Bills, which is run the football well. Like this is why Houston really. I don't know whether you'd rather play Tennessee or whatever it is. I mean, I just think this is a bad matchup for them. The secondary for the Bills is great. They can lock down Hopkins. Fuller's still banged up, so they're not going to have him. That offense really dissipates when he's not out there. I think Josh Allen will have a big game. And I don't want to bet against Deshaun Watson, but yeah, I think this is a game where the Bills go and win. I don't think both wildcard teams will win. Both AFC wildcard teams will win, but I do think Bills will win. Here's the playoff picture on that side. Baltimore, of course, beat the Steelers, knocked them out of the playoffs. Fun times, Ryan. 14-2. The Chiefs stole. I hope you listened on this podcast and took the Chiefs futures because they slid up to number 2 after the Dolphins beat the Patriots, so they fell to number 3, as Ryan pointed out, first time in the wild card since 2010. And then Houston, Buffalo, and Tennessee rounding things out. Pretty robust group of teams in here. Exciting AFC side of the playoffs. But we'll have a nice little breakdown of the NFC side too. Why are you wearing a Brinson? How are you all wearing Brinson Sucks hat? What's wrong with you human beings? I didn't bring my I Suck hat up here. This is unbelievable. People are trash.
What?
Cue the music. Get out of here. See you next week.
So, Brinson, let me explain to you what happened. You probably have some idea because I did mess up Breech and Sean. I forgot to tell Brinson not to open the package that I sent him, so he opened it already. But he didn't know the details about us wearing our Brinson Sucks hat. This is from our good buddy Lewis Dawes, who's a listener, and he gave us the dangerous jerseys last year when Baker Mayfield was good for a week and a half. He sent me a DM out of the blue a few weeks ago, Brinson, and the origins of the Brinson Sucks hat, it came from the Brady Quinn football show a few weeks ago where Brinson, you can tell the story in a second. I don't remember the exact details. Brady had a lot of fun with it. Lewis thought to make hats. Thank you for taking a picture. And then send Brinson an I Suck hat. He doesn't have it with him, but we'll see it on a future podcast. Brinson, why exactly were you saying Brinson sucks?
I don't remember, and I don't have any details to provide of that counter. Cue the music. Let's get out of here. You suck. You all suck. I suck too. See you in the playoffs. We'll break down the NFC. Make sure and check out the recap show. We'll be breaking down everything about Week 17 and all the playoff matchups. Bang that subscribe button here and in Apple Podcasts. Talk to you guys soon.